بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode on تعبير القرآني التعبير القرآني by Dr. Fadil Samir Ra'i. And we had done page 4. We finished last week, page 4. We're going to start with page 5, but before we begin, there's something important that one of the sisters pointed out about this part. So I just wanted us to clarify that for those who might be watching the recordings. So again, and I really appreciate you guys for doing this. Again, we are studying together, and because we are studying together, we might make mistakes along the way. So if you notice something that we made a mistake, please notify us. Please let us know so that we can fix it or we can announce it. We can make sure that, you know, whoever is going to watch this later on doesn't watch our mistakes or doesn't repeat our mistakes. So that's important. So somebody pointed out, you know, here we said وأكد التحدي, which means that the tahaddi will be the مفعول به. But because this is ناقص, we know ناقص, if it's a mansub, then you have a fatha that comes back. So this is the masdar, tahaddi. So if it is mansub, is going to be tahaddiya, or at-tahaddiya, or tahaddiyan. So if you remove the al, you get a tanween. If you have the al, you just get a single fatha. That is if you look at it as active. If you're taking the fi'il akkada as active. But you can also read this as wa ukkida. It was emphasized, or the challenge was emphasized. And in that case, at-tahaddi would be the naibul maf'ul. The naibul fa'il, sorry. What am I saying? Naibul fa'il. So there are two ways in which you can read that text there. So I just wanted to clarify that before we move on. So we had stopped on this paragraph, which continues off from the next page. Yes.
I'm sorry. Isn't Rafa tahaddin, not tahaddiyu?
The rafa, yes, version. Tahaddi.
Right.
If you're going to read it as passive, it would be wa ukida at-tahaddi. But if you're going to read it as active, wa akkada at-tahaddiya. So depending on how you read it. Yeah. Yeah, so that's naqis. Naqis is always, you gotta watch out for naqis. Yeah, okay. So this paragraph is where we stopped. So دعا القرآن العرب إلى أن يأتوا بسورة من مثله ويشمل هذا التحدي قصار الصور كما يشمل طوالها فهو تحداهم بسورة الكوثر والإخلاص والمعوذتين والنسر وإيلاف قريش, and we stop there. So it continues off. أو, who wants to read? Anybody wants to read up to the end of that paragraph? Yes, Seima.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. أو آية سورة, because I'm taking it as continuation from the Lilafi Quraysh, so that's why I made a jar.
Okay, so this Lilafi Quraysh is connected to An-Nasr. An-Nasr is connected to Maw'idatain. That's connected to that. That's connected to that. Yeah, so kind of it's all connected to the back there. Okay, so
right, so
yeah, you can look at
after it. Oh, yeah, so I can connect it backwards, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ayati suratin yakhtarunaha wa minal ma'lumi annal arba lam yuhawilu an yaf'alu. I don't know where this word comes from, but it's dak. I thought it was zalik, but I don't know.
Yes.
Faqat. Okay. Faqat kanu ya'lamuna anhu, ya'lamuna ajzahum anhu, wara'aw anna sabila al-harbi wad-dima'i wa tajmi' al-ahzabi aysaru alayhim من مقابلة من مقابلة من مقابلة التحدي القرآني. I don't know how many mistakes there were, but
let's see. I don't know if you made any. I'm not so sure, but so this I think you said تجميعة or you said تجميعي. I'm not so sure.
So I have written that. I wasn't sure. I wrote both Fatha and Kasra. I wasn't sure where it would be.
Yeah.
And Aisaru first, I thought that it is Aslama family. Then I thought maybe it is Ism Tafdeel. So I was confused with what will be the last haraka, but I ended up deciding on Dhamma.
That's good.
And Zaka, I don't know what word that is, unless there's a lam missing.
No, lam is not missing.
So what word is that?
It's Daka. Daka. Okay, so let's recap that. So when we did Asma'ul Ishara, pointer words, we did Dalika, Ulaika, Tilka. Those are the words we did. But what we did not, maybe, I don't know if we started to mention this, or I don't know if we covered this, but the actual pointer word is the. That is the original Ism Mawsul, just that, like that, just that. Or T, those are the original Ism Mawsul, Ism Ishara, Asma'ul Ishara. Yeah. So lam, the lam that comes with dhalika, they call that lam lil bu'd, lam for far, something that is far. So you're pointing to something that is far. When you're pointing to something, you just say that. But if it is far away, then you add the lam, then becomes dhali, and then ka is a pronoun, is an attached pronoun. So I'm drawing your attention, ka and ta, to something that is far. So I'm like pointing you to something that is far. So actually dhalika is 3 parts to it. It's the, lam, and kaf, which is basically, so in this case, he just omitted the lam, which is lam for far away. But he's pointing you to something. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's the same thing.
Okay, you want me to translate it?
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Or an ayah of a surah that you choose, that they choose, or they choose, and it is known that, this is from the dictionary that they had provided earlier, it is known that that the Arab, they will not try to make an attempt to do that.
So lam yuhawilu, lam plus mudara translates as okay.
Yeah, they did not try, they did not make any attempt to do that because they knew, or they were aware that of their weakness about it, or of their weakness to do that.
Right.
Varau, I've written considered or decided, or they saw, they considered that the the possibility of war or bloodshed or gathering of troops was easier for them than meeting the challenge of the Quran.
Beautiful. That's exactly it. You know, so we saw last time,
this took a few hours.
Oh wow. Inshallah, it gets easier. It gets easier. Yeah. Then you'll just be reading this like a pro one day, inshallah. You will be looking back at your journey and be like, oh, I used to sweat on this stuff. But right now, it just comes to me naturally. One day, inshallah. Yeah. So last week, we talked about how, the Quran challenged them. It first told them to bring 10 surahs. Then it challenged them with one surah. Then it challenged them with just a single ayah, and they couldn't do any of that. And in fact, the author is saying that going to war and gathering up troops and doing whatever they need to do was easier for them than challenging the Quran. They couldn't do. Can you imagine, like, going to war is easier than just coming up with a single ayah? Like, for them, it was that difficult because the Quran, they were Arabs. They understood this language. So when they had it the first time, it was like they couldn't understand it. They tried to make sense of it. They couldn't. So it was easier to go to war instead of doing this. We have a question here. Is Ism Tafdeel fully flexible or partly flexible? Ism Tafdeel is going to be partly flexible. Yeah, so akbaru, akbara, akbara, unless it has al on it or it comes as a mudaf. So al-aysaru, it will become fully flexible. Or if you make it a mudaf, then it's going to be fully flexible as well.
Okay, Sister Ilham, I have a question.
Sure.
I consider this aysaru, or let's keep it aysaru, as a maf'ul because this is what they are considering, right? So if it is a maf'ul, then it should have a fatha.
All right.
I might be wrong.
And okay, so we have anna. This is our mubtada. We're going to go through the maybe let's just go through it. Let's just go through the i'rab of it, and hopefully it will make some sense.
Inshallah.
Okay. All right, good. So it's continuing off from the previous part, aw ayati, and that's why we have that as kasra. So I think that's pretty much straightforward. Ayya means which. Ayya, ay is actually one of those words that has several meanings. I don't want to get into details with it because it has different i'rabs depending on what it is doing. But in this case, it's a mudaf, and suratin is a mudaf ilayhi. Okay, so it's continuing off from whatever comes before. And it's nakira. So ayati suratin is nakira, followed by a jumla. بعدها الجملة, we can see يختارونها. This is a jumla fi'liya. So that means that's going to be the sifa of ayya. So ayati suratin يختارونها. So mudaf ilay, here this first part. يختارونها is the sifa to that mudaf, to that idafa, right? And of course, يختارونها is a jumla fi'liya, so the fa'il is يختارو. The fa'il is the hum, يختارون, the hum inside there, and then the maf'ul is the ha attached pronoun. Okay, so that's pretty much done up to there. I hope that's clear. All right. Then we have وَمِنَ الْمَعْلُومِ. So min al-ma'lumi, this is a sentence that is starting with a jar majroor. Normally when you have a sentence that starts with a jar majroor, it's going to be a muta'alliq. But then you have to look ahead to see, is it muta'alliq bil khabar or muta'alliq bil fi'l? So وَمِنَ الْمَعْلُومِ أَنَّ الْعَرَبَ لَمْ يُحَاوِلُوا okay, I'm trying to think here before. Yeah, so you have من المعلوم is your jar majroor متعلق بالخبر. Then you have أن. Okay, so أن, we know that أن, this gives us a jumla ismiya, right? So we have our MBK there, and then we have now our jumla ismiya starting from this part. So أن العرب, this is our mubtada. Okay, so whatever comes after it most likely is going to be a khabar. Okay, so starting from there. لم يحاولوا, another جملة فعلية. Okay, لم يحاولوا أن يفعلوا ذاك. So we'll go up to there because that's where like there's a break in the chain. Okay, so this whole sentence is going to be the khabar of أن العرب. Okay, and inside this khabar is a جملة فعلية. And the جملة فعلية, the فعل is يحاول, so فعل, and then فاعل is the hum version, but it's light because of lam. So we found the fa'il, the متعلق is not there, then you have أن يفعل ذاك. So أن we know is حرف منصوب منصوب للمضارع. So it makes the مضارع منصوب أن لكي إذا حتى. So that's why it is يفعل أنه يفعلون, and it makes a مصدر. It makes a مصدر مؤول. It makes a compound اسم. Again, I said I'm going to use both names so that you can be familiar with them. So this becomes our compound ism, or like it can be replaced with a masdar. And it answers which question? They didn't try. What didn't they try to do? أن يفعلوا ذاك, to do that. So it answers the question what. So this part is going to be our مفعول of يحاولوا. Okay, that's going to be our مفعول به. And of course, inside that, then يفعلوا ذاك is going to be again, this ذاك is going to be again the مفعول of يفعل. So with Arabic, I find it like it's mathematics with a lot of brackets. So you have to just keep on entering into the bracket and figuring things out. That's how I say it. So that would be that part. So this is متعلق مقدم, then you have the مبتدأ, and then you have the خبر. But inside the خبر, there's a lot of other things happening. Is that clear so far up to there? Okay, great. Then you have فقد. Now this fa, again, there are about, I think, 8 different kinds of fa, maybe more, I'm not so sure, around there. So sometimes this fa can be translated as however, can be translated as because, can be translated as although, it can be translated as so, it can be translated as so many different ways. But yeah, so because here makes sense, translating as because makes more sense. But you can also say, you can also not translate it, because you can take it as a fa isti'nafiyya, fa beginning a new sentence. So you can just not translate it at all. Okay. قد كانوا, قد, we are familiar with قد. Okay, and if it comes with a madi, it's going to mean already. And then here we have كانوا. We know kana is going to give us a jumla ismiya. So كانوا, kana plus the whom inside it, this will give us a mubtada. And then, of course, whatever comes after it is going to be our khabar. So that entire part is going to be a khabar. And inside that khabar is a jumla fi'liya, and the fi'l is يعلمون. Hum is the fa'il inside يعلمون, and that's why عجزهم is the مفعول به, and عنه is متعلق بالفعل. This is a simple jumla fi'liya. Okay. ورأوا, again, you can take this waw as waw isti'nafiyya, or you can do عطف, because كانوا رأوا فعل ماضي, you can connect that. So you can say this waw is حرف عطف. ورأوا جملة فعلية. Okay, so we found our فعل رأوا. The فاعل is the waw, the whom version. So رأوا, they. So what did they see? أن الحرب. So now this is a long sentence that goes all the way, okay, up to there. Okay, so أن سبيل الحرب والدماء وتجميع الأحزاب. Okay. No, it actually goes all the way, but this part will be mubtada, essentially, because what did they see? And the whole thing would be our maf'ul bihi. So they saw that this whole thing, maf'ul bihi. Yeah. And then, I hope I'm making sense. And inside that maf'ul bihi of ra'aw, you have a jumla ismiya, which is أن سبيل الحرب والدماء وتجميع الأحزاب أيسر عليهم من مقابلة التحدي. So this whole thing is a مفعول به, and inside that مفعول به is a jumla ismiya with أن سبيل الحرب والدماء وتجميع الأحزاب as our مبتدا. This أن is connected, so you can see أن سبيل مضاف مضاف إليه وحرف عطف, so it's connected to that, وحرف عطف connected to that. So this, I'm taking it as تجميع because I'm assuming أن سبيل الحرب والدماء وأن تجميع الحرب. So this أن is going back to that. That's why I'm making it mansub. And I'm making it mansub because of just making sense. You can say سبيل التجميع, the path of gathering. That can also work. But I find it weird to say that they saw that the path of gathering troops. You can say that, but it's just more lengthy. You can say that they saw that the path of war and bloodshed and gathering troops. So in essentially this part would be ma'tuf to this initial part. So I'm just connecting those two parts together. But still, you can still connect this one to that one. You can still do that. Because that way you will be assuming that it's ma'tuf to the mudaf ilayh. All right, so that's the part. So now that's the mubtada. All right. Then we have the khabar, which is aysaru, and that's why we are saying aysaru, because it's the khabar of anna. All right, aysaru alayhim. So this is the khabar, and inside that khabar is another jumla ismiya. So inside that khabar again we have aysaru being as our mubtada. Then this is our muta'alliq bil khabar. Right? Oh no, what am I doing? No, that's not another jumla ismiya. Sorry guys. Of course that's the khabar. It's the khabar, and then of course you have the muta'alliqs after that. Let me look. Where's my eraser? I'm gonna erase that because that's a mistake. Okay. So aysaru, this is our khabar. That's our khabar. So we found a mubtada, we found a khabar. Alayhim is the muta'alliq bil khabar there. And of course, we know isim tafdil comes with min. So when you're comparing one to another thing, you say aysaru min, akbaru min, afdalu min, so on and so forth. So min muqabalati tahaddi al-Qur'an. And this again will be your muta'alliq bil khabar number 2. Right? Okay, let's see here. I hope that was clear. Oh, you got it. Okay, yes. Khabar of inna, yes. Of anna, sorry. Khabar of anna. Yeah. Yeah. So I hope.
I'm not clear on how tahaddi al-Qur'ani is MBK2. Min muqabilatin is.
Think
But
about
how
it.
does muqabilatin? Oh no, I have to think about it.
No, it's
I know
no.
it's an idafa.
Yes.
Oh yes, sifa. Got it.
No, not sifa. Idafa.
That's sifa. Yeah, I know it's an idafa, but muqabilatin is nakira ba'da jumla.
There's no jumla. Min muqabalati tahaddi al-Qur'ani. This naqis word I know is what is messing you.
No, I can't find the connection between muqabilati and tahaddi.
Okay, so tahaddi is a masdar. How about now you find the connection?
I know it's an idafa. Tahaddi al-Qur'ani is an idafa.
Uh-huh.
And min muqabilati is the MBK2. But what's the connection between muqabilati and tahaddi?
It's light.
Muqabilati is light.
Yeah. I get it. I got it. It's an idafa. It's a big idafa. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a shade idafa.
Sorry.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for those two things. Jar majrur, I told you, jar majrur, you're going to come up, MBKs are going to be crazy. You're going to see a very long MBK and also chain idafas. So watch out for those. Yeah. So from facing the challenge of the Quran, or you can say from the facing of the challenge of the Quran, which is just weird. So facing the challenge of the Quran sounds more smoother. Yeah. Great. Okay, let's see. It's somebody else. Okay, Afroz, you can do the next one.
Yes. Okay.
Sister Ilham, we have some hand raised. Probably
Yes.
you can check up on them. Jazakallah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Afro's gone.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. ومن الثابت أن القرآن الكريم كان يأخذهم برؤية بيانه وأنهم لا يملكون أنفسهم عن سماعه ولذلك سعوا إلى
ولذلك
سعوا.
This is going to be sa'aw.
سعوا. Okay. Is it ناقص?
Yes. Sa'a.
Okay.
Sa'a yas'a.
Okay. سعوا إلى أن يحولوا or يحولوا
يحولوا, yes.
يحولوا بين القرآن وأسماع الناس.
Beautiful. Let's do the up to there first.
Okay. It is an established fact that the Quran, the Noble Quran, used to take them by beauty of his speech, and they are not in control of themselves. They don't have any control over themselves to listen to it, and that's why they strive to يحاولوا means it's to surround. I don't know the meaning.
Okay, so this is kind of like a phrase, the way it's used, and يحول بين, when you say يحول بين
Try to
something,
come in between, maybe.
yeah, that's the literal meaning, to come in between this and that, or you can just say to make it inaccessible, to make the Quran inaccessible.
That's why they try to strive to make inaccessible the Quran, between the Quran and the hearing of the people.
Right. So they try to make the Quran inaccessible to people's ears. All right. Or they try to come between the Quran and people's ears, which sounds weird, like coming between the Quran and people's ears. So that's why it's easier to say they try to make it inaccessible to people's ears. They try to block it from people's ears. I don't know. You can even say to deviate. They try to deviate the Quran from people's ears. Yeah, that's good. All right, let's try and see the Nahu breakdown here. So وَمِنَ الثَّابِتِ, we know that's a jar majroor, so this is going to be a متعلق with something. Let's see here. Yes, we can use obstruct. Yeah, deviate, obstruct, block. I don't know if block works, but yeah, any one of those, just to get the meaning across, because the meaning in the intended meaning is that they try to make it inaccessible, and we're going to see how the Quran captures this, how they try to make it inaccessible to people's ears, how they obstructed it from people's ears. Right, yeah, good. So this is going to be متعلق bil. Now we have أن, which is going to be a جملة اسمية, so this is متعلق بالخبر مقدم. And then we have أن القرآن الكريم, so أن is اسم, one of the نصب. So القرآن الكريم موصوف صفة, so this is one bucket of the مبتدا, right? And then we know whatever comes after is going to have to be a khabar, right? And then inside the khabar we have another jumla ismiya because it's kana. So kana is a mubtada, and the isim kana is the inside pronoun huwa. So if there's an inside pronoun, we are allowed to look ahead to see if there's an outside dua. And when you look ahead, you don't really see an outside dua. So you would say that this kana is a mubtada here in this case. And whatever comes after it is going to be now the khabar of kana. You see how many brackets you have to come up with in Arabic. So now inside the khabar of kana, we have a jumla fi'liya. Now we have to think in terms of jumla fi'liya. So fi'l is ya'khudhu. The fa'il is the huwa inside ya'khudhu. So huwa ya'khudhu. And then the maf'ul bihi is the hum, right? So we found the fi'l fa'il maf'ul, and then biraw'atin bayanihi, sorry. So this is the mudaf mudaf. This is a mudaf mudaf ilayh. That's biraw'atin. Okay. So this is our muta'alliq to what's happening? Muta'alliq bil fi'l to ya'khudhu, right? Now, what's the connection between biraw'atin and bayanihi? Who can tell me? What do you guys think?
I took it as idafa.
biraw'ati bayan. Oh yeah, it's an idafa. Why did I put a tanween there? I am so confused. Sorry.
Magnificent of his bayan.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. I had it the right thing and then I just messed it up. Yeah. بروعة بيانه. Yes, you're right. So that's chain إضافة. Again, one of those chain إضافas. And that whole thing would be متعلق بالفعل, right? Okay. And then you have وأنهم. So this واو connects back to this أن. So أن القرآن, it is established that this, and it is also established that this. That's kind of like how it's being connected. So this waw goes back to anna. Okay. And you can actually see anna is there. So annahum goes back to this anna in the beginning. And so that will be mubtada, anna, and it's ism hum. And then inside our khabar is a jumla fi'liya لا يملكون أنفسهم عن سماعه. Okay. So جملة فعلية, the فاعل is يملكون, the فاعل is hum, inside pronoun, and أنفسهم is the مفعول به of يملكون, عن سماعه جار مجرور متعلق بالفعل. Okay. So that's the خبر of أنهم. Then you have another sentence. ولذلك, so ذلك, this is our مبتدا, and whatever comes after it is going to be our خبر. And our خبر is actually جملة this, yeah. So جملة فعلية سعوا إلى أن يحولوا بين القرآن وأسماع الناس. So سعوا is our فعل ماضي. The فاعل is هم. So سعى, سعيا, سعوا. That's how it works. Okay, so with ناقص, when you have, remember a gives you أو and e gives you u. I don't know if you remember that. But yeah, so you have سعى, the ماضي ends in a. So the plural version is going to end in أو, سعوا. So that's how what happened there. And then إلى حرف جار. So whatever comes after that is going to be a متعلق بالفعل. And then أن يحولوا, this is going to be a مصدر مؤول. Remember I told you this is a concept that keeps coming up in Arabic. So if you understand compound ism, you're going to understand a lot of text in Arabic. So إلى acts as the اسم مجرور, sorry, أن يحولوا بين القرآن وأسماع الناس, this whole مصدر مؤول acts as the اسم مجرور of إلى, and together they form the متعلق بالفعل. And then أن يحولوا, when you enter that part, that مصدر مؤول, you have يحولوا is your فعل, the فاعل is هم, and then بين القرآن وأسماء الناس, this is the جار مجرور again. So that covers that. I don't know if that's clear or if there's any questions.
I have a question.
Yes.
ذلك سعوا إلى, no, ذلك سعوا. For the translation is, for this reason they made effort. ذلك سعوا cannot be a mubtada.
Sorry,
Then how would you connect it?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, you know, can zalika be just like a preposition or something, like that is why, and the actual sentence is a jumla failure? I don't
Yeah,
know.
so zalika is mubtada and the rest is the khabar of that.
No, why do we have to treat it as a mubtada? I mean, can't it be taken as a connecting preposition or something? I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
Because ذلك is an ism, and whenever you have an ism, like it's not like a harf. When you have a harf, then you can assume it's a preposition, or like it doesn't do anything. It doesn't have i'rab, right? But it's an ism. So ism has 4 properties. So you have to figure out like what it is.
Okay.
But maybe there's something that I have made a mistake here. So because I'm thinking lam here is harf jar, and I didn't even consider that for some reason. I don't know why. So this lam makes this actually متعلق and not the مبتدا, and it's مقدم. لذلك. So lam حرف جار, and then ذلك is the اسم مجرور بالفعل, sorry, This is بالفعل. So سعوا إلى أن يحولوا بين القرآن وأسماع الناس لذلك, for that reason. Yeah. So it's متعلق بالفعل. Yeah. I wasn't sure. I was in doubt from the beginning. I don't know why. Because I just saw ذلك. I knew this is an ism, so مبتدأ. But yeah. I think this makes more sense as a
Okay.
متعلق.
So this متعلق بالفعل will be attached to سعوا, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like the sentence is beginning from here and then لذلك. But now the لذلك was brought ahead.
And then it's connected to previous. So what is it? How is this? The wow. Okay.
So the wow can be just a new sentence. Yeah. Right. Any other questions on that?
So just clarifying, ذلك is متعلق بالفعل. سعوا is the فعل with the file home, and then إلى onwards is متعلق بالفعل again, all the way till ناصب.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, great. Afroz, you want to continue? Unless there's anybody else who wants to read. Okay, Fawzia. Oh, Afroz is even not here anymore. Okay. Fawzia?
Yeah, I'll read. Yeah, not bad. سعوا إلى أن لا يصل إلى
أن لا
الأذن
يصل.
أن لا يصل
Yes.
إلى الأذن لأنهم يعلمون أن مجردة وصوله
Yes.
إلى السمع يحدث في نفسي دويا. Is it دويا?
دويا. Yes.
Okay. هائلا وهزة أنيفة.
Wait, it's happening. Yeah, وهزة
أنيفة.
Yes. Okay, so let's break that down. Want to try translate?
Okay. They strove to they strove
Trust your gut feeling. You're just doing fine. Trust it. You're right. Or even if you make a mistake, it's still fine.
They strove so that it does not reach to the ears. Because they knew that Anna mujarrada, right? Because they knew that even because its arrival.
Okay.
Because arrival to the hearing brings about in the soul a huge vibration, huge echo and a forceful vibration.
Beautiful. Exactly. So that's what the author is saying. he's saying that they tried so much to block this Quran from getting into people's ears so that they don't hear it, because they knew لأنهم يعلمون, because they knew that even the slightest مجرد, you can translate, most of the time we use it, is translated as the word just, like even just a little bit of it. So if I say مجرد كلام, for example, I'm just saying just speech, like not like it's just like justice, but you know, just the way only, or mere speech or something like that, right? So they're saying that even they knew that even the slightest attempt of the Quran reaching the ears of people would cause a massive echo, ضويا هائلا, massive echo, or yeah, وهزة عنيفة, and a violent vibration in the hearts, yeah, في النفس, in the heart. All right, okay, so let's break this down. So سعوا, this is a جملة فعلية because it's فعل. So فعل is سعوا, فاعل is هم, the هم version, فعل ماضي, هم version. Then you have إلى, حرف جر. So whatever comes after it, we're gonna have to find the break in the chain where the jar majrur ends. So إلى أن يصل إلى الأذن. So kind of ends there because after it there's another harf of jar. So this first part is going to be a متعلق بالفعل number 1. Told you to watch out for this ones. So you have إلى is harf jar. Then أن لا يصل إلى الأذن is a compound ism. So this part again, it's acting like one word, but inside it is actually a jumla fi'aliyah. Okay, so that's a ism majrur of ila, but inside it is a jumla fi'aliyah, la yasila, and it's yasila because of an, because an la yasila, the an is affecting that, it's making it mansub. Yasila is our fi'al, fa'il is huwa inside yasila, ila al-udhuni is our muta'alliq to yasila. Is that part clear so far? Okay. Then we have لأنهم, another harf of jar here. So this لأنهم and whatever comes after it is going to be a jar majrur متعلق, and we have to find the break in the chain. So لأنهم يعلمون أن مجرد وصوله إلى السمع يحدث في النفس دويا هائلا وهزة عنيفا. So all the way up to the end, that's one giant jar majrur, which is a متعلق بالفعل. And inside that متعلق بالفعل, we have a jumla ismiya starting with أنهم, which is going to be a mubtada, right? And then after it's a jumla fi'liya, which is going to be في محل رفع خبر. But inside that خبر again is a jumla fi'liya. So يعلموا is a فعل, فاعل is هم, and then you have مفعول أن مجرد وصوله إلى السمع يحدث في النفس دويا هائلا وهزة عنيفة. This whole part is a مفعول به في محل نسب of يعلمون. And inside that مفعول به is a compound ism that is a جملة اسمية. So أن مجرد وصوله. So this part will be our مبتدأ. And then إلى السمع, this is our متعلق بالخبر now because we're inside a جملة اسمية. And this part يحدث في النفس, this is the خبر of this مبتدا and it's مؤخر. So يحدث في النفس دويا هائلا وهزة عنيفة. That's going to be a خبر. And inside that خبر is a جملة فعلية يحدث, أحدث يحدث. So this is أسلم family here. So this is our family, our فعل. And the فاعل is هو inside يحدث. And then في النفس is a متعلق بالفعل to يحدث. And that's why in tafsir books you won't see متعلق بالفعل or متعلق بالخبر. You'd actually see متعلق بيحدث or بيحدث or متعلق بأن or متعلق it will give you the right word because you can see how many متعلقs there are. Like if I just say متعلق, like you won't know what is it متعلق to? So they would tell you this في النفس is متعلق بيحدث. Then you'd be like, oh, okay, I see the connection, right? So this is متعلق بيحدث there. And then دويا, now this is مفعول به number 1. دويا هائلا, of course, موصوف صفة. Okay, not number 1 actually, because it's connected to with a واو حرف عطف. So this is مفعول به, and هزة عنيفة is the معطوف to the مفعول به. Is that clear? I know it gets complicated, but
I have a question, Sister Ilam. Maybe you can clarify it. Is the Wadian Highland, is it really maful bihi? Can it be taken as a hal also, because it is showing how it is relating to the nafs?
So before you go to a maf'ul hal, you look for the 4 things: fi'al, fa'al, maf'ul bihi, and then you look for muta'alliq. And yuhdithu ahdatha, to cause something to happen. So it's muta'addi in a sense. So it kind of requires a maf'ul bihi. So what does it cause? It caused a dawiyan ha'ila. So it kind of, it answers the question, what?
Okay, jazakallah.
Okay. Good questions, guys. Any other questions?
Not a question, just wanted to add here in an la yasila, the la does not interfere with an victim, and that's why we see the fatha on yasila.
Yes.
But why doesn't it?
Because what kind of la is this? Do you know? It's just la of negation. We're just negating. It's
that's
not.
Why it doesn't. Right.
It's nafia, right?
Yes, nafia. Yeah.
Nafia. Okay.
Yeah. Because the lam that kind of works on something is when you have jazm, when you have la nahiya, negation. You're negating something. So, and it won't be, if it is la yasil, it's more of a suggestion, like he shouldn't reach. But if it is forbidding, it will be la tasil, don't reach. Yeah. So that's just a revision of la nahiya, la nafiya, and la of should not. So la of should not is going to be majzoom, but it's going to be the huwa version. It's going to be yasil or the hiya version. I don't know if I made any sense there.
Yes, absolutely clear. Thank you.
Okay, good. Alhamdulillah. Let's see here. Okay, Saima, maybe you can read the whatever is left there.
Oh, okay. Bismillah. وقد حكى الله عنهم هذا الأسلوب وقال الذين كفروا لا تسمعوا لهذا القرآن والغوا فيه لعلكم تغلبون.
Yes, beautiful. So you want to translate? Yeah, go on.
And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala related about them this way.
Yeah. So uslub is one of those words that so normally
Style?
it means, yes. Yeah. Normally it means this style or this. Normally, and again, it's also used in literature and books, and to just capture that essence of the type, style. But you can even translate it here as this strategy that they had, because it's a strategy that they came up with. They were like, okay, we're going to implement a way in which we block the Quran from people's ears. Yeah, so that's kind of like what the author is meaning. Like Allah narrated this strategy that they had when he said,
oh, you want me to translate the ayah?
oh, okay.
those who disbelieved don't listen to this Quran, and they talk nonsense.
And it's a command.
And talk nonsense about it.
Yeah.
So that no. Wait. You overcome?
Yeah, you overcome. Yep, that's basically the meaning of that. So okay. Wait, sorry, I got distracted a bit. Yeah, so وقد حكى الله عنهم هذا الأسلوب. So Allah narrated about them this strategy that they had, this style, this type of thinking that they had. فقال, when he said, وقال الذين كفروا لا تسمعوا لهذا القرآن. وقال الذين كفروا, those who disbelieve said, don't listen to this Quran, والغوا فيه لعلكم تغلبون, and speak nonsense around it so that you may overcome. Literally, when I was reading this ayah, this is like what I was imagining, like people, adults, mature people walking in front of the Quran, covering their ears, going la 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 la, like babies, like kids, like young, I don't know, because that's exactly, like, you can imagine, what does it mean to speak nonsense around it? Or, you know, when they hear Quran, they go la, 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 la. Subhanallah, like they went as far as doing something like that just so that they can't listen to the Quran, so they can't hear it. And we know what other things that they did. They hired poets and musicians and other people. When the Quran is being recited, they would recite poetry just to distract people's ears from listening to it. Subhanallah, right? Any questions on that? Oh, we haven't done the nahu, the grammar. Okay. So وقد, we're familiar with that. حكى فعل ماضي. Yes.
So what will be لعلكم تغلبون here? What would be the meaning?
So that you overcome, or so that you become victorious, so that you win. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Sayyida Samia. Like, yeah, reminds me of the stupid ads we get during YouTube lecture. Yeah, like they just want to distract you so that you don't get benefit. Subhanallah. All right, so حكى فعل ماضي. It's the هو version. So because of the هو version, we look outside to see if we can see any outside dua. And لفظ الجلالة is مرفوع, so that becomes our outside dua. And Allah narrated. عنهم جار مجرور متعلق بالفعل. هذا الأسلوب, what did Allah narrate? It answers the question what. So هذا الأسلوب will become a مفعول به. فقال, he said. So, and the ayah, the entire ayah is going to be مقول القول مفعول به في محل نسب of قال. Basically that. Okay. And of course, قال is our فعل. الذين كفروا, this is our outside dua. فاعل. What did they say? This part is going to be مقول القول مفعول به of this قال, and inside that مقول القول مفعول به you have a جملة فعلية. So لا تسمعوا. تسمعوا is, this is forbidding. Yeah, so this is nahi, not nafi, nahi. So you can see that's why it's majzoom, lightest. So this is our فعل. The فاعل is أنتم. لهذا. So سمع comes with lam to make it متعدي. So لهذا القرآني, this is going to be like our, you can call it jar majroor, you can call it متعلق بالفعل in that sense. وحرف عطف, that is connecting this command to this command, basically to this negation. So ألغوا or إلغوا, and make noise, speak nonsense. So this is another فعل, and the فاعل is أنتم. فيه متعلق. لعلكم. لعل, we know what لعل is. So this is going to be a مبتدا, and then this is going to be a خبر. Okay. And yeah. تغلبون is also a جملة فعلية in that sense. Any questions?
How is alghaw connected to la? Why? No, that's an ism. My bad. Sorry.
New sentence. Yeah. Okay. Good. Let's see. Oh, we have only about 3 minutes and a long passage to go. So maybe we can stop there, because this part kind of like just continues into the next. Yeah. Any other questions or corrections or clarifications that we can take a look before we end?
This mujarrada is mudaf for wasulihi, right? That's why it's light.
Mujarrada is, sorry, repeat that.
Is the mudaf ilayhi. There's a connection between.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So this whole part will be the ism of Anna.
Okay. And Hailan, I could not find it in the dictionary. I could not. I don't know what I was looking for.
Which dictionary did you use?
That orange thing, the handswear.
Hanswear, okay. So with Hanswear, you have to know the root words. If you don't know the root words, I recommend
I tried everything.
Okay. Let's see. Must have found. Okay, so it's there in Ara Tools. Ara Tools means huge, formidable, appalling. So the root words is ha, wow, and lam. And maybe you can try later.
Okay.
Yeah, you must have entered something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ha, wow,
No,
and lam.
I did not write. Yeah. Okay. I think I tried Alif and then Hamza. I didn't write wow.
Yeah. You can try and find it. If you get it, you let me know. If you don't, then I'll help you further, inshallah.
Yeah, I'll look for it. And how do you know the yasila is? Because I was looking for like family 2, or I was finding the meaning of praying, and
Oh, you
I was
salli.
lost there. Yeah.
Okay, so if it was yusalli, there'll be like an extra ya at the end with 2 dots. So that will give you a hint that it is family 2, yusalli. But this one, because it's wasala yasilu, this is actually what's that irregular? Mithal wawi.
Yeah, I
So
found it
wasala.
eventually. Yeah.
Okay.
But because of la, if la it's making it light, then you won't have the ya, right?
Oh, you're looking at it that way, except that lam would have to be jazm, like negate nahi. So it would be like suggesting an la yasila, an la yusalli. So oh, I see what you're saying. I get
I
the
got really
confusion.
confused.
Yeah. So I guess the context here, that's where the context,
Yeah.
because you probably ask yourself, okay, what does not praying have to do with anything? And then you'd look for it further. It's a long process, but it comes later on, inshallah.
So I even went further. I said, okay, azan, uzun, is it azan? I was so confused because I was like, I went, I don't know where, and then I don't know. So
yeah, so I think if you come across a word you don't know what it is, I advise you go to Aratus, type it as it is. And I know it would probably give you several versions of it, but work your way from family 1. If there's no shadda that has been put in the text, then just work your way from family 1 and see if it makes more sense.
Yeah, I forgot about arrow tool, so Jazakallah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Ilham,
Yes.
in the beginning, the sentence which begins with wominus biti, inna. Because it is mutallaq, and it is muqaddam, where are we putting the emphasis here? Because it's translating as it is an established fact that.
Right. Yeah.
But
So
how is the emphasis coming in the bit?
yeah. So for most of this MSA books and like mostly MSA, they would speak like this, and there's no emphasis created anywhere. So you see a lot of muta'alliq muta'alliqs that are muqaddam, but there's really no emphasis anywhere, because that discussion is mostly with the Quran. With the Quran, anything that is off, you have to ask yourself why. Anything, even a single fatha. If there's a fatha there and you know according to the rules it's not supposed to be there, you have to ask yourself why, and there's going to be wisdom there. But with MSA, they would just shift things all over the place, and it won't make, like, there's no special meaning. Yeah, and that's why the Quran is such a superior book. So here is just min al-thabiti, it is an established fact that you can actually say the Quran, the glorious Quran used to take them with its magnificence, whatever, bayan, is an established fact. As an established fact, or from a point of an established fact, you can bring this at the end and it still make sense. It still be like more or less the same way. And again, it's like when we speak in English, sometimes we also move things around, and we're not trying to create any emphasis. We're just saying, yeah, we're just moving things around. I don't know.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Any other question or clarification? Or yes, Sayyida Samia, you want to say something?
Yes, Jazakallah khair. What is the meaning of hizza? Because you know, I've been looking at the dictionary. There is a hizza also, and there is hazza also, and the meanings are pretty weird. So, what is the meaning of hizza?
Let's see, because in the this is hazza, okay. Okay, so in
Yeah, I mean,
Aratus,
there are
there's
two.
hazza.
Yeah,
Let's
but
see.
on text there's a kasra, so it means hizza. Now hizza means something else, and hazza means something else.
Interesting. I didn't even like check. So let me just quickly do that. So here's another thing. You would find that there's some words like they have a slight change. Like for example, just the word ilghaw, the command we just did. You have lagha, and then you also have laghiya. So you have two different, and it means the same thing. So you have slight changes in certain words because of different dialects, and they will tell you this is a Tamimi dialect, or this is, I don't know, some dialect of some other place they pronounce like this, and another dialect they pronounce like this. So it could be the same word, but it's two different families. So you can have a Sami'a family and a Fataha family of the same word with the same meaning, just because it's different dialects. So let's see. Let me try and find this.
It's showing hazza meaning to shake.
Okay.
Hazatan is motion, movement, stir, commotion, agitation, convulsion, vibration, oscillation. So
Interesting.
even though it's hazza here, Hansweir is hazza.
Yeah. Although both
Like
meanings could apply.
Yeah, but hazza is like, you know, something very violent, like an earthquake, very like a thunder or something. And hizza is a little like murmur or vibration, a little lighter note. But then when we have anifa over here, like, so anifa means something very violent. So a murmur can't be violent, right?
No. Yeah, I think maybe
hazza, not hizza.
Right.
Maybe there is a typo error somewhere, you know, because it's a typewritten text. So maybe
but
it is
said a forceful vibration. That makes sense if you take hazza as a vibration. then Hanifa is a forceful vibration,
Right.
basically meaning something that will get to the heart of the believer.
Yeah, honestly, I think
Maybe-
both can apply.
Yeah.
So let me check the original book. I'm just gonna go to the original book and see
Yeah,
what
I put it
was there.
in lexicon and it says hizza is like something brisk and it's like boiling of a cooking pot.
Hmm.
And then for hazza, they say it's a rejoice to do evil or mischief. Okay.
Oh yeah, so in
lots
the
of
original
meanings
book is a
coming out.
castra. Even in the original book is hizza. So I guess that's what the author intended. Hizza,
Yeah,
like a
okay.
bubbling inside the heart. Something is gonna happen. I guess that's what he's
Okay.
trying to say. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Jazakallah khair.
But yeah, cool. All right, great discussion, guys. Any other last thing?
So
before we
this
wind up?
Anna Mujarrad, this is like you know, this is like a template or something, you know. We have this Anna Mujarrad and then you have an explanation what we're talking about. Is it a set template or something? Like you have an idafa construction with a masdar following all the time?
Not all the time. Not it's not going to be followed by an idafa all the time. It's going to be followed by an ism. So it's
Actually,
like
on the
when I
first
say,
page, it says,
Mhm.
I'm sorry to interrupt, the first page, page 1, it says, Anna Mujarrada plus Mudaf ilayhi, and add Mudaf ilayhi masdar, for instance, in
Oh,
the text.
in the whatever, the key.
Yeah, people like me need the key.
Yeah. It's not, this is not like, it's not always going to be a mudaf ilayh. It's not always. But in this case, if it comes like this, then that's the meaning, but it's not always.
Okay, so it can be written in any ways.
Yeah, so this
Right.
word mujarrad basically means just or mere. Like, you know, when I just say this is mere allegations, or this is just a statement. So the word
Okay.
just in my sentence is mujarrad.
Okay. Okay. So it's like a phrase that we used in Arabic, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Jazakallah khair.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
One more
Yeah,
question.
good.
How many Panadols do you take after this class?
Sorry?
How many Panadols do you take after this class?
No, I've already done this so many times before, so it's
Oh my
actually
God, we have to
revision for
repeat
me. Alhamdulillah. No, I really
Sorry
appreciate your
about that.
questions, guys. It helps me to revise so many concepts. Helps me to revise. Yeah. All right, guys, we're 10 minutes overboard. So we're going to end there, inshallah. If you have any other questions, we can take them in the group, inshallah. So we're going to stop there. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام وجزاkallah khair كثير.
Alaikum assalam, jazakallah khairan.
إياكم جزاكم الله